Is this something that you need to worry about? Only if you use a third-party tool to analyze your TPT product stats. So if you use the easy TPT data tool, it means some of your products will have incorrect statistics. It's hard to make database decisions if the numbers you download are incorrect. If I'm using the free advanced TPT data tool, your conversion rate and your preview rate will be calculated incorrectly. And if you use other premium services, then chances are the conversion rate reported today will be incorrect. Hey, TPT sellers. This is a public service announcement letting you know that the TPT product stat CSV file that we download from TPT is currently broken. Today is Thursday, April 18th, 2024. The product stat CSV file is something that we can download to do our own TPT data analysis. The file has been broken and downloading incorrect data for the last couple of days affects everyone, whether you're using the simple, easy TPT data tool that's free on my TPT Seller store, the advanced TPT data tool that's available on freesellertool.com, or other premium TPT data services that use the product stat CSV. I'm creating this video because I'm starting to get support questions about the easy TPT data tool and whether there's a way to download the correct data from TPT right now. And the answer is no, but I do want to let you know that TPT support is aware of the issue. I've already opened a support ticket. I know a couple of you have emailed them as well. On Tuesday, April 16th, when I noticed this problem, I sent them a file of what the data should look like and the file on April 16th where it was a little bit corrupted. Yesterday on April 17th, TPT let me know that the engineering team did make some changes and fix the problem, but I still saw the issue with the page view, so I sent off another email. Today is April 18th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Although the page views are now fixed in the product stat CSV, there's still a problem with the units sold or the units downloaded numbers, and that affects our calculations for conversion rates. This does not affect the numbers shown when you log in to see your product statistics on your TPT dashboard, but it does affect the CSV file that we download. I think that the download to Excel button, the CSV file, I think that part specifically is broken. I don't think it's affecting other parts of TPT. I don't think it's affecting our SEO ranking. And I say that because it looks like they have separate formulas to calculate different parts. The formula to calculate the download to Excel file, it's different from the query formulas used to show this My Product Stats dashboard. So specifically today, what we're going to look at is this Anytime New Day Resolutions file, which should have 50,000 downloads. But when I click download to Excel and I save it to my computer, when I open up this file, if I zoom in here, so this column here has the downloads. My Anytime Resolutions resource should have 50,000 downloads, but in today's product stats CSV, it has dash, it has 0. Why does this matter to us if we're doing TPT SEO analytics on our own? Well, if I download the advanced version of the free TPT Seller tool and I sign up for the newsletter, when I check my email to confirm my subscription to the email community, it'll create a copy of the advanced TPT data tool. This one has a visual update that I haven't made a YouTube video for, but if you're part of the email community, you received an update about the latest update. And if I go to TPT product stats, if I click on the yellow cell and click on file, import, I upload my file that I just downloaded, the product stat CSV. I replace the data at the selected cell, import data. It might take a second to load. There we go. I'm going to click on the row 3 to right click and delete that row of headers. And so now the magic happens, because when you click on this 10x dashboard, and I'm going to go full screen, so these 3 dots, I'm going to just click on this full screen button, and I'm going to change the zoom up here to 90% just so I can see more numbers here. So this is a visual representation of my store. I was going to create a video about this, but the data is incorrect. This is a little bit misleading is because the number of units sold downloaded here, it says 22,000, and I'm expecting that to be around 110,000. And this unit sold affects the store conversion rate that's reported here. So any TPT data tool that's relying on this product stat CSV, whether you're using a free version or a paid premium version, that product stat CSV file is corrupted for everyone. It'll show you an incorrect store conversion rate on today, April 18th, and yesterday, April 17th, and April 16th, when the problem was detected. So it might look like your store conversion rate has gone down or gone up, but that's simply because the number of units sold is incorrect. Now, if you're part of the Pro community, I have a version of the advanced TPT Seller tool that I haven't made public yet. just because it's still in testing. But if you click on data tools up here and then click on the beta, you can get an advanced sneak peek version. There might be some errors. And once I've tweaked out those errors, I'll publish this to everyone for free. Now, what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to use the data locker. And there are other videos where I explain how to upload data into the data locker. But I have this file here, this data locker, where basically every time I download a product stats CSV file, I put it in here. So here's April 17th. If I scroll up, here's April 16th. If I scroll up, here's April 14th. If I scroll up, April 18th. So I put them in out of order. I stopped putting them in because there were some errors and it wasn't trustworthy data. But then to make this video, I put them in. I'm just going to copy the link of this data locker, Control C, and then I'm going to paste it into my advanced TPT data tool, into this orange cell, right click, paste special value only. So that's to get the link. Now it's going to start to load it in. I have to give permission for this Google Sheet to access the data locker. And depending on the speed of your internet and how powerful your computer is, it might take longer or shorter than what I have here. I'm going to click this button, allow access, which now lets my TPT data tool Google Sheet connect to my data locker Google Sheet where I store all my files. Now, if I hover over the purple, I see it's still adding permissions. It's showing that little loading circle. I'm going to drink some coffee. Up in the top right corner, I can see this blue status bar. And now on the right-hand side, I can just see all these product stat CSV files. These are the dates of the files that I have uploaded. Now in my dashboard, I can see that the data is loading from April 18th, and I need to figure out when this problem happened. So I'm actually going to do something a little bit tricky. I'm going to take this screen, I'm just going to click and drag it, and if I just bring it over to the left-hand side, I can snap it to the left side of my screen. And then I'm going to copy this URL, and I'm going to open up my copy of this page. And if I go to the TPT product stat CSV, I now have the option here to change the date that it loads from. This isn't something that we normally need to do unless there's a problem with the product stats file and we want to look at a specific day. So I'm going to set it for April 18th. And because this is the same file, I'm going to right click it and just drag it to the right hand side to snap it to the screen. I can click the middle between these two panels. Oops. If I click and drag, I can change the width. So this is just for show. You'll never have to do this, but I'm just trying to figure out when the TPT product stats CSV file got corrupted. I'm going to change the zoom to 50% so I can see everything here. So I'm going to load my product stats CSV file from April 1st, and it's loading up here. And I can see on April 1st, I had 110,000 downloads, 363,000 page views, and around $85,000 worth of earnings. So I'm just moving forward in time to try to figure out when the data started to get corrupted. If I look on April 2nd, I can still see it's around 363,000 page views, 110,000 downloads. So let's jump forward. Let's go to April 10th. I'm able to do this kind of analysis because I have the data locker and I go in manually and I save the product stat CSV whenever I work on my store and I just put it into my data locker. On April 10th, the file still looks fine. My store conversion rate is around 30%, and that's just because my free resources have a 60% conversion rate. All right, so let's go forward to April 14th. I can see around here 365,000 page views, 110,000 units sold and downloaded. If I go to April 15th, when I downloaded the product stat CSV file from TPT, it's fine. There's no problem here. 366,000 page views, 110,000 units sold and downloaded. The spreadsheet calculates that for us. On one column, it shows 6,000 units sold. And then on the other side, it says 104,000 free units downloaded. And it just combines those numbers together to figure out the number of units sold and downloaded. On April 16th, that's when the problems begin. So let's load the data on April 16th. And I can see here the number of page views has dropped to 13,000 and the number of downloads have dropped to 22,000. So there's a problem with the way that product stats CSV file is being created and downloaded. Sorry, the problem isn't the way that we download it. The problem is the way that the file is being created on TPT's end. So their engineers changed something. And this affects our analysis because now you can see my store conversion rate has jumped up to 163%. And of course, obviously that's not what happened here. It's just that the product stat CSV file we downloaded is broken. If you use a paid service to connect the TPT to automatically download your product stat CSV, just understand that they'll also have this problem because the product stat CSV is downloaded the same for everybody. If I go to April 17th, which is yesterday, I can see that the problem still exists. 13,000 page views and 22,000 units sold. If I go today, April 18th, I can see they fixed the number of page views and units sold. So we use the number of page views to figure out something like preview rate, which isn't shown here. Maybe that's something I need to add to the dashboard. And we use page views to figure out conversion rate. So you can see here conversion rate has changed, but it's not actually quite correct yet because the number of units sold is wrong. The store conversion rate is the number of units you sell divided by the number of page views you have as a percentage. If I jump back to April 15th, this is what I'm expecting. Numbers around 366,000 for page views and 110,000 for units sold and downloaded. But if I go to April 18th, which is today, I can see that the page views are fine, but the units sold is still incorrect. Now, I'm going to share this video with TPT engineers just so that they can see it. But obviously, a third-party tool to them isn't very useful because maybe there's a problem with the way that the spreadsheet calculates things. So I'm going to pull up the April 15th product stat CSV, and I'm going to highlight the number downloaded, and the anytime resolution is file number 29. So I'm going to highlight that too. I can see on the April 15th file that product number 29 has 50,000 downloads. If I open up the product stat CSV file that I downloaded today in the video, I can see that the product downloads for this resource number 29 is dash, it's 0. Is this something that you need to worry about? Only if you use a third-party tool to analyze your TPT product stats. So if you use the easy TPT Data tool, it means some of your products will have incorrect statistics. It's hard to make database decisions if the numbers you download are incorrect. If I'm using the free advanced TPT Data tool, your conversion rate and your preview rate will be calculated incorrectly. And if you use other premium services, then chances are the conversion rate reported today will be incorrect. If you want to know more about the TPT Data Locker, check out this video. YouTube thinks you should watch this video. And if you learned something new, please hit that like and subscribe button.